Many lives, beliefs, and faiths, many minds refuse to change, but there is one source of life, and we all know this deep inside. Many rivers all returning in their own way to one source. Many rivers all converging with the one unchanging force in our lives. Many souls upon the earth, many lost lives, many hurts, but there is one force we all feel. There is one love that will heal. Many rivers all returning in their own way to one source. Many rivers all converging with the one unchanging force in our lives. Though our eyes may fool our minds, in our hearts we recognize we are not two souls, you and I. We are one in our source of life. Many rivers all returning in their own way to one source. Many rivers all converging with the one unchanging force. Well, I can listen and I can love you, even if we don't agree. 'Cause where we come from and where we're going is the same for you and me. Like many rivers, we're returning in our own way to one source. Like many rivers, we're converging with the one unchanging force in our lives.
Good morning, Unity of Payson, both here with us in Payson and those of you who are joining us virtually.
Good
Good morning. Thank you. I love the feedback.
Microphone.
That's even better. Now you can hear better. So we have a microphone as well. So we're a little smaller in number here in person this morning, and I suspect that some of that is due to a little bit of a resurgence in COVID, and so people are being cautious. And I urge us to be cautious as well. We have masks at the back. If you're socializing, just respect people that you're socializing with, and we want to be cautious and do the best that we can to ensure our safety and all of those around us. So would you join me in a moment for an opening prayer as we begin? Just take a moment to be quiet. God of all goodness, if we sit back and we rest in the truth of our soul, we know that we're not separate. We're not two souls or three or 1,000 or 1,000,000, but we are one. That's the way we are created. That's the heritage that we have. That's the reality of who we are, despite sometimes appearances to the contrary. So we come in gratitude this morning for that oneness and what it leads us to. It leads us to kindness, compassion, understanding. And for these also we're grateful. So as we gather this morning and have those members of Unity of Payson who will be sharing with us, we ask that for each of us, there may be a message, an inspiration, an idea, a divine idea that's planted within our souls. Again, we are grateful for each one who has joined us this morning, each one of the great oneness. And we say, so it is. Amen. So we will open with an opening song. And the opening song is one that is kind of interactive. If you're here and you'd like to stand and get involved in it, please do. Swing Wide the Doors.
Swing wide the doors, the time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. Here we go. Swing wide the doors, the time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. Here we go now. Swing wide the doors, the time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. I'm not holding it in anymore. I'm gonna shout it out loud. I understand now what I'm here for, and what this life is about. It's about love, it's about laughter, it's about comfort and smiles. It's about love, it's about kindness, it's about hearts open wide. It's about love, it's about passion, it's about taking a chance. It's about love, it's about service, it's about lending a hand. About lending a hand. Swing wide the doors, the time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. There's a voice that I've heard for years. I've learned to keep it inside, but now it's coming loud and clear. I want a deeper life. It's about love, it's about laughter, it's about comfort and smiles. It's about love, it's about kindness, it's about hearts open wide. It's about love, it's about passion, it's about taking a chance. It's about love, it's about service, it's about lending a hand. It's about love, it's about laughter, it's about comfort and smiles. It's about love, it's about kindness, it's about hearts open wide. It's about love. It's about passion. It's about taking a chance. It's about love. It's about service. It's about lending a hand. About lending a hand. Swing by the doors. The time is right. Swing by the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. All right, now swing by the doors. The time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine.
Right. That'll get your blood pumping. Welcome, everybody, to Unity of Payson, and everybody who I know isn't feeling so good this morning at home, and everybody online. Welcome to all of you. If you happen to be new here in person, we invite you to stay after and first a meet and greet so we can get to know you. And if you're online later on, when we have our connection time, if you're new online, you can unmute and say hello to us that way. So whether you're here for the first time or have yet to find Unity of Payson, or we just want to bless ourselves, let's say this together. We love you, we bless you, and be welcome. And our gratitude, so many things to be grateful for. Yay for the rain. Yes. And we're grateful for everybody that supports Unity of Payson with time, talents, and with your treasures. And this last week, of course, we always have lots of activities going on. So we had our morning cafe every morning at 9:30. The cards and games over at Kay's Thursdays at 1. We had the writers group, I believe that's Thursday evenings at 4 o'clock. And we're grateful, and we're going to sacrifice again to the technology gods that everything works. It worked pretty well last week. So we wanted to work this morning also. So Unity was founded in affirmative prayer and in meditation. And we do have trained prayer chaplains. And this morning I seem to be the only one here. So everyone else is being careful at home. So if you have a prayer request, you can contact me later, or if you're online or anytime during the week, you can email your prayer requests to Reverend Neil at neil.unityofpayson@gmail.com. We hold them sacred and confidential on our prayer team for 30 days, and then they get sent off to Silent Unity, where they're prayed on for another 30 days. So please don't hesitate to connect with one of us. And so the theme that we've been working with, oh, microphone in my face, I have to remember that, is the prosperity. But today I'm going to expand that to be prosperity of ideas. And so let's say the affirmation together. I am the beneficiary of a generous universe. All I need is available. And this is another fifth Sunday. And so our own members will source the message. And so we have 3 members that have agreed to do this. Joanne Ivins and Terry Taylor and Mona Zobelman, but she couldn't be here, so her message is recorded. And they'll be speaking on their individual paths of spirituality. So should be a really interesting morning. And the daily word, I changed it because today's was one that we have done a number of times. And so I looked up from previously in this month, and the daily word was ideas, which fit the theme better. My ideas shape my life. Through my creative ideas, I have the power to shape my life. When I combine my ideas with my imagination and focused affirmative thoughts, I fill my life with blessings and contribute to the creation of a world of abundance, peace, and harmony. In times of prayer, I envision my mind as fertile ground, ready to receive divine ideas. As these ideas grow and flourish, I relax and trust I will receive inspiration to act upon them. Creative solutions blossom when my mind is calm and when I am involved in my day. They may come gently and quietly or as powerful aha moments. However they come, I am receptive to my spiritually inspired ideas, knowing they derive from the divine and carry the seed of manifest good. And the quote, I was recently through my spiritual files, and only a few of you will probably remember Charlotte Bielgard, one of our founding members, very active way back. And she had her own spiritual business also. And I came across one of her bookmarks. And the quote from her, follow your own path, forge your own trail, listen to the whispers of your heart, carry only that which you treasure, share your journey with those you love. This is joy. And so this morning, we are going to be exploring lots of different spiritual paths. And so I'm going to couch this a little bit first before we go to Mona's recording. So I'll ask you, what's one of the most important things that you really enjoy or that drew you to Unity? Just think about that for a second. So we come together under this big umbrella of basic principles of oneness, of goodness of the divine, but it's very allowing and inclusive of all of our own individual spiritual paths. And that's what we want to focus on. So today, Terry and Joanne and Mona, they're going to share that path very individually. Where is that leading them? And I invite everyone online and here in person to think about if they have found a spiritual path. And this doesn't mean something huge like perhaps Mother Teresa. It could just be, I enjoy music and I'm going to explore that. Or I enjoy coaching people and I'm going to explore that. So I invite you all to just sit and be with an open mind. And so, Tom, first we'll hear from Mona.
Good morning, everyone. Yes, it's my turn to share with you about something that has brought me closer to God and has taught me a lot. And I am speaking about numerology. I learned to read at a very young age, and I escaped into books. I loved poetry and words, and they always had a big bearing. In fact, I was always going to be a writer. I knew that from when I was a small child. I would grow up and be a writer. And at one point in my life, I read a book about a boy whose father was a Jewish scholar who studied the Kabbalah. And I didn't know what that was. So I looked it up, and it sent me on a road about letters and words and numbers and vibrations. And one book led to another. And finally, I found the book on numerology. And I was fascinated. It opened up a world for me. It opened my heart. It opened my mind. I learned about physics and energy and how we're all just a vibration, and that there's vibration in numbers. Tesla, his teachings go beyond me, but I've learned that he was involved in that. And even Dr. Emoto wrote a book in 2004 about how the vibration in words can change the effects in crystals of water. And loving words makes beautiful crystals, and dirty, nasty words make dirty crystals and all erratic. And these things just blew my mind. And so I studied numerology and found that it's just it's kind of a guidepost. And this goes back to the times of Pythagoras. He wrote a book about the science of numbers, and his teachings came from times before him. It's not something new. You can find out in your name a lot about yourself, and a lot of things I knew, but I was never allowed to express them. It was, I was taught that they were not good things or normal things. I should be thinking about other things and believing other things, and not in myself. And it kind of came out that I felt like God was talking to me saying, yeah, this is who you are, and telling me, yeah, it's true. And that's good. And it's perfect. And that's the way you're supposed to be. And, I've shared it with other people, and it's always come out to where they're amazed at things they have not even shared with anybody. But it encouraged them to step into their destiny and step into who they truly are and what direction they were called by God to go in. And it's just a learning, a guidepost on the way. And it's taken me deeper into my belief and my love of God and my life and what I can do. And it gives me hope and sends me on my way to have a richer life. And there's some beautiful parts in it of you can even come up with your own song by the numbers that are from your name, given to you from your name and your birth. And so I would be glad to share with anybody that might be interested, and maybe you can find some awakening in it as I did. And that's my journey.
Thanks, Mona. She couldn't be here today. That's why she's pre-recorded.
Hey, everyone.
And now we have Terry Taylor. And she had some very interesting things.
Sure, can be heard first. Good morning, everybody. Good, okay. All right, so I'm just going to talk about my studies of ancient wisdom. So beginning in my early teens and probably before that, I started wanting to know why I was here and what was the point of life. That search led me into reading metaphysical books and looking into many related branches of that, including astrology, reincarnation, numerology, and Kabbalah, among others. Since October 2019, about 3 years, I've been engaged in self-study lessons in the ancient wisdom with the Arcane School, which is run by Lucis Trust. What is ancient wisdom? Well, here's the definition I will give you that makes sense to me. The ancient wisdom has always been in the world. It is knowledge of the nature of things and of human nature. It tells us that behind the visible world, there is a world of invisible powers, forces, energies, and entities representing life. It tells us there are universal laws and a plan and purpose for all life, and that life is eternal. The Arcane School studies are primarily based on the books of Alice Bailey, which she received from a Tibetan master named Dwal Kul, or DK for short. She separated from a Theosophical Society and started Lucis Trust. But these teachings are also built on Theosophy. Even though the study is challenging and I don't always understand what I am reading, I believe in the truth of the philosophy and it resonates with me. They do tell you not to accept these teachings blindly, but to try to apply them in your life and reject those that don't make sense to you. The study consists of primarily reading the books of Alice Bailey, lessons based on the books, and answering questions, and sometimes writing papers related to the material. Most of the books are available free online, and the lessons are sent in hard copy and digitally. Daily meditation and an evening review are part of the practice, along with a monthly meditation report. Each set of lessons can be completed in 1 to 3 months. There is no charge for the school, but donations are accepted and, of course, encouraged. Students are encouraged to take part in the monthly new moon and full moon meditations. This can be done online with a group or alone. I also voluntarily take part in 4 triangles groups. Each triangle consists of 3 people who agree to meditate daily to send love, light, and goodwill to all triangle members and to all humanity. Each person meditates alone at whatever time works for them and imagines the other members forming a triangle. There's also a weekly online triangles meditation available if desired. All meditations are generally less than 30 minutes, and long meditations are discouraged. Each student is assigned a secretary who gives feedback on the homework and meditation reports. There's no grade assigned. It is for personal and spiritual growth. I want to share some more background with you about the teaching given in the school. The way it started was 3 interpretations of the informational plan by the hierarchy and entrusted to DK. 2 were given to the world through 2 initiates. The first was Alice Bailey. The first was H.P. Blavatsky, and those teachings were from 1875 to 1890, a 15-year period. 2 of her well-known books are The Secret Doctrine and Isis Unveiled. From 1919 to 1949, a 30-year period, Alice Bailey wrote 24 books. 19 were transmitted from DK, and 5 were written on her own. A free book called 30 Years Work is available on the Lucis Trust website, which gives you a list of all 24 books and descriptions. DK says a 3rd transmission of the teaching is to be expected through another initiate sometime early in the 21st century. That, as far as I know, has not yet come to pass. DK stated 2 primary goals. The first goal, to make the existence of the new group of world servers known, and this is already happening. It is not an organized group, but a subjective one based on the activities of those engaged in goodwill activities, whether they know it or not. His second goal is to prepare humanity for the reappearance of the Christ. Christ is one of the members of the hierarchy. He accepts all religions, whether Hindu, Buddhist, etc. He is considered a master teacher of men and angels. One of the ways to prepare is the daily meditation, daily recitation of the great invocation. It can be found on the Lucis Trust website at lucistrust.org. The newer teachings shared were on these subjects, and I know these are not familiar. Shambhala, New Discipleship, the 7 Rays, the New Astrology based on the soul, the new group of world servers, forming an exoteric branch of the inner ashram, and the New World Religion, which will emphasize 3 major spiritual festivals based on the meditating at the full moons of Aries, Taurus, and Gemini, and 9 minor festivals based on the other full moons. These festivals are believed to establish a relationship between the Buddha and the Christ and lead to the expansion of human aspiration. I know this is a lot of information. You may want to know what I mean by the hierarchy and by Shambhala. Well, just as a human being has 7 centers that we call chakras, each planet also has 7 centers. On Earth, Shambhala is considered the head center, the place of purpose and will, and occupied by highly evolved spiritual beings. The hierarchy is the heart center, with Christ at the center, and is considered the center of wisdom and love. Occupied also by spiritual beings, some carnate and some not incarnate. Humanity is the third eye center, the center of intelligence. The other four centers are the animal kingdom, throat center, the vegetable kingdom, solar plexus, the Deva kingdom, the sacral center, and the mineral kingdom, the base of the spine. There's a lot of information to learn and to try to understand. So what's the point of it all? I think this excerpt from Esoteric Psychology, Volume 2, explains it well. There's a plan for humanity, and this plan has always existed. It has worked out through the evolutionary developments of the past ages and through that special impetus which has been given it from time to time by the great intuitives and teachers. The immediate three objectives of the plan may be stated as follows. One, to raise the level of the human consciousness so that intelligent, thinking men and women will be consciously in touch with the world of ideas and the realm of intuitive perception. This means that they will be oriented towards reality. Two, to clarify the international situation. Each nation should attend to its own business of beautifying the national life by the production of order, stabilization, and above all, freedom. At the same time, realizing its responsibility to all other nations and the interrelation of all parts of the life of our world. The providing of adequate food, clothing, and housing to populations everywhere will bring about a changed world psychology, which will be constructive and sound, and which will usher in the deeply desired era of peace and plenty. Three, the growth of this group, the group idea, with a general emphasis upon group good, group understanding, group interrelation, and group goodwill. These four are the ideals of that subjective group working on the physical plane, which we call the new group of world servers. And from excerpts on the reappearance of the Christ, the moment that a point of balance is reached between those who stand for separateness and materialism, or for any imposed regime versus those who stand for the freedom of the human soul, for the rights of the individual, for brotherhood and right human relations, then the doors of the hierarchy will open and the Christ with his disciples will come. This balance has to reach a point upon mental levels. It has to be reached by those who can think, who can influence, and whose hands lies the responsibility for what the members of the public below the mental level know and believe. So this is why I resonate with these ancient wisdom teachings. In spite of the overwhelming amount of information and challenge in deciphering it all, I believe they are helping me to see my true place in the world, accept my responsibilities, and make the needed sacrifices to evolve to higher levels and help humanity do the same.
And so if you're online or here in person, don't hesitate to get a hold of Terry. I'm sure she can give you, direct you more specifically. And so now, Joanne, if you would like to share with us on her path.
Hi, this is what I look like, and I'm going to wear my mask though, and I wish everyone a nice morning. I was asked to share my spiritual path, and I thought a little bit about that. I was very lucky to be adopted by a young minister and his wife when I was an infant. And so I was raised in the Reformed Church of America. It was originally called the Dutch Reformed Church, but that name changed with my father's church in the early 70s because of apartheid. They did not agree with that. And so they became the Reformed Church of America in the United States. So I grew up as a minister's kid, and I found it interesting that Reverend Neal also had some of those same experiences. So when I hear him talk about how his parents were very giving and always thinking of others, that is the way that my parents were as well. So I learned that you were considerate and patient with others, and I saw a lot of different types of people in our congregations that we had that relied on my dad, and he would get calls at different hours, sometimes in the middle of the night. And he did not think that that was inappropriate or anything, and he was always available to people. So I grew up that way, although I started questioning things when I was a teenager, and I also was fairly rebellious. So I was a bit of a challenge for them because they were rather quiet people. I also had a brother and sister, and we were all very different. So they also had to deal with 3 gene pools there. So I give them a lot of credit for that. They're now both deceased, but I had different conversations with my dad, and later in his life, he was telling me that he felt that all spiritual beliefs and religions were really one, with looking over the years of the things that he had learned and read in life. I came to Arizona, and when I went to ASU, I was not interested in going to church or being a member of a spiritual community. I was interested in having fun, and I did. And I had a really great time. And then I ended up getting married, and I had my son, and I found a community church, which actually was a reformed church, but they tend to change their names in the West because nobody knows what that is. It's similar to Methodist, Presbyterian, the main line. So I had many experiences with that, including being involved in that, Presbyterian and Methodist. And I held some offices, and I truly was, when I look back on it, it was a nice members of the church family, but spending a lot of time in meetings was really a waste of time. So I'm really not interested in that mainstream type mentality. I ended up going to Unity of Mesa, and I really liked it. They offered a lot of really cool things that you could do, and like-minded people who were open to different things. I have my bachelor's in social work as well as my master's in social work, and I consider my work a part of my spirituality because I serve others. Mainly, you serve those that are in need. They may have low income, health problems, mental health problems, different types of things that social workers can refer them to different resources and help them to achieve a better standard of living if they want to. Later on, I had more challenging jobs such as medical social work, where I was working in the hospital, or I did hospice for 14 years. Again, it's a very spiritual job because you're working with people who have many different beliefs, and you have to respect all the people and all their beliefs. But the biggest thing you can do is normalize the situation and make everybody comfortable with where they're at the moment, and be open to listen and to support. At this point in my life up in Payson, I'm enjoying being a member of Unity, and I've made friends here, and everyone's very kind. I continue to be a medical social worker. I work with people in California who have resource needs telephonically from my home. And I've done that for 11 years now, and I enjoy it very much. I believe that all things are one, that everything's going to be okay. So worrying about things really is a complete waste of time, because what you worry about often never comes, and really, what's the point? So it's normal and human to worry about things. However, say to yourself, hey, I'm worrying about this and wasting a lot of my time, so let's get on with things. Call a friend, get out, go out in nature, find something that's fun to do something different. But worrying about things and creating anxiety for yourself is not the way to go. And I speak from my own experience because I can have anxiety about things and I'm aware of that. And I just need to rein it in because, again, you look back on things and most of the time it never happens. So if you know yourself and if you have a spiritual base of knowing that spirit will be there for you, you can rely on that, and that's okay. And it's okay to question things. I was involved with a wonderful Buddhist group in Phoenix doing meditation at a temple every Monday night. And those people there were so helpful and nice because I was working with children that were severely abused and in the hospital, and them talking about that this was sadly the path, but there's nothing that I personally could have done about it. I really love Buddhism and the science of the mind, and it fits with so many different things. You can be a Catholic and you can love Buddhism. You can be a Jew and you can love Buddhism. In fact, many Jewish people, they're called Jew-boos. They call themselves that because they love both and it works together so well with everything. So I enjoyed that and the knowledge of just being able to get back to the center of things. And I miss my parents who were great influences on me. And I love that I'm open to many different things and I take the pieces of the things that work for me, and that's okay. It's okay that I do things the way that I want to in my life, and I don't have to be worried about doing so. So I wish everyone a lovely day, and thank you for listening to me.
Thanks, Joanne. Thanks everybody for sharing. And if I could sort of sum up some of this, it's like what a celebration of individuality. And for those people who have not found a path, I invite you to just be open. We're going to be moving into a time of meditation. This will be a little bit longer than usual, and just be open to that sense of new. Be open to having spirit speak to you. And so our meditation song, I'd like us to really quietly sing this as your own affirmation.
You are the heart, you are the hands, you are the voice of spirit on earth, and who you are and all you do is a blessing to the world. You are the heart, you are the hands, you are the voice of spirit on earth, and who you are and all you do is a blessing to the world. We are the heart, we are the hands, we are the voice of spirit on earth, and who we are and all we do is a blessing to the world. We are the heart, we are the hands, we are the voice of spirit on earth, and who we are and all we do is a blessing to the world. of spirit on earth, and who I am, and all I do is a blessing to the world. I am the heart, I am the hands, I am the voice of spirit on earth, and who I am, and all I do is a blessing to the world. I am the heart, I am the hands, I am the voice of spirit on earth, and who I am, and all I do is a blessing to the world. I'm a blessing to the world. I'm a blessing to the world.
And so let's just breathe. Feel yourself supported by the chair. Just allow yourself to sink down. We truly are a blessing to the world and to each other. And so let's breathe again. And spirit into the top of your head. See it as a ball of crystalline light. And within it is held new possibilities. Allow this light to enter into your body, down over your head and shoulders, feeling the warmth and the peace of it. Allow it to gently move down your arms. Arms that hold you. To your back. Feeling a deep peace moving into you and a place of opening. Allow it to gently move over your chest, sinking down into your abdomen. Down your legs, out your feet and into Mother Earth, so that you feel rooted to the earth and connected to the divine above. A beam of light with unlimited possibilities. And now open your inner eyes to look out on a beautiful sunrise, welcoming in that new day and all the colors of joy. Feel an opening in your mind beginning to happen. Your new path. And just be present. What brings you joy? Leaving the past behind. Feeling that sense of fullness. Know that we can always create something new for us at any moment. Feeling glad and thankful for this awareness of all of our new creations and of our own rebirth. A new way to express yourself. or a new path or direction. As you sit gazing at the sunrise, hold this feeling as we go into silence, welcoming all possibilities for your life. Be open to hear what Spirit has for your next step, finding your path in the silence. Gently allow yourself to become aware of the wound. And that when you can revisit your sunrise at any time, but bring back with you that sense of new, releasing what no longer serves you. Let's be ready to hold faith as a guiding light as we all move forward together. Now take a nice deep breath. Begin to move your body gently. Your hands and your feet. And maybe move your spine a little. Another breath, and when you're ready, open your eyes and be back with us. So just know that for those who have asked me over the years, I can't find my path. What is joyful for you to do? What are you interested in pursuing? That's your path. That's your path. As you saw today, it could be very diverse. And so honor yourself in that way.
I want to have some more silence. But it is not a time to share our gifts and offerings. Unity of Payson really appreciates the support that you give to us and what you contribute. Not only helps to support this ministry, but it goes out to the larger community as well as we share that out. And so we very greatly appreciate. If you're online and you're working with us, there are a couple of ways to easily do this. You can go to our website, unityofpayson.org, or you can go, it's a new way we have to do that. You can do it with a text. If you have a smartphone, you can just put in the text 44321 and then UOP, is that right? Yeah, UOP, make sure I got it right. And that's an easy and secure way of making a contribution. And we appreciate it, again, that so much. So if you're here in person or in a way symbolically at home, take your heart's desire, that which is within you, that very unique desire that's unique to you, and hold it in your heart. Focus on it. Grateful, grateful, grateful that you are. And then say with me the affirmation that we always say, freely give and freely we receive.
There is a song in my soul. It sings I am whole. Everywhere I go, it sings I am whole. There is a song in my soul. It sings I am whole. Everywhere I go, it sings I am whole. 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 I am whole, I am whole, I am whole, I am whole. There is a song in my soul, it sings I am healed. I take a breath and know that I am healed. There is a song in my soul, it sings I am healed. I take a breath and know that I am healed. 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 There is a song in my heart. It sings I am loved. It whispers in my ear that I am loved. There is a song in my heart. It sings I am loved. It whispers in my ear that I am loved. 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 There's a song in my soul, sings of my joy. It bubbles up from deep inside, your sweet joy. There is a song in my soul, it sings of my joy. It bubbles up from deep inside, your sweet joy. I am joy, I am joy, I am joy, I am joy. I am joy, I am joy, I am joy, I am joy. There is a song in my soul, it sings I am loved, a beaming ray of spirit's light, I am loved. There is a song in my soul, it sings I am loved, a beaming ray of spirit's light, I am loved. I am love, 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 I am whole, I am whole, I am healed, I am healed, I am love, I am love, I am joy.
So it's time for us to dedicate our offering. So together, we'll say, divine love. Blessed divine. All we is that we believe. We and we did. So Rick, if you can not go too far, because you can operate the camera here. Tom, will you give us the gallery so that we can enjoy it?
We got it.
Oh, okay. It's there, I'm told. So Rick is turning now the camera. For those of you, wave if you're here. And you can see those. We are sparse this morning, or a lot of you are online, more of you are online. And we are so delighted that we can be a family. It's right on. But nonetheless, we are a family in UOP. So I would just mention that if you're here in person, I'm sorry, but for those of you who are online, this may not apply unless you can hurry over here real quick. There are some snacks at the back. The time to socialize is afforded to all of us, and I hope you'll join in on that with us. So going ahead, next Sunday, well, first of all, next week's theme. We have a new theme for the month of August, and it's 2 words, ease and grace. We kind of put them together, like we made 1 word out of them. And I don't know if I can see it. I wrote this, but I don't know if I remember it exactly. We have an affirmation that goes with ease and grace. So if you'll say it with me, that'll be helpful. I walk my spiritual with ease and grace. Put that up on your mirror, on the refrigerator, and celebrate it throughout the month of August. Next Sunday, we have a different speaker than today. It's me. The title of my message for next Sunday will be Surrendering to Ease. I know that sounds contradictory, but come and join us and we'll discuss that, explore it together. We have upcoming events. A number of things are happening regularly. Let me just talk about them. Morning Cafe. If you can join us for the reading of the daily word, or sometimes a different spiritually inspiring message, and then just have time to share with each other and share ourselves. It's a wonderful time on Zoom, easy to get to. Go to unitypayson.org, join on Zoom, and you're there with us. It's really a time that has bolstered many of us and encouraged many of us, and a great way to start the day. So join us there. There is a Qigong Tai Chi with Teresa Sundays and Wednesdays at 4:30. These are regular things. Cards and games at K's every Thursday at 1 p.m. And let me speak a little bit about this, the gathering at K's, the second Sunday, which is coming up August 14th. And Betty is going to be doing something on chakra balancing. So that will be part of the gathering at this time. So if you want to do that, please get a hold of Kay to make a reservation. She only has room for 10. So that's limited, and it's going to be in her home. So that's an in-person only event. And please let Kay know that you would like to come. If you don't have her number, let me know, I'll get it to you. Then, of course, there's always organic gardening with Ram at Shanti Homestead. Talk to me about that, or talk to Ram about that. He's not here this morning, but it's a wonderful experience to be able to get and be part of that. And then, of course, this next week we have, as usual, the first and third Tuesdays at 6 o'clock, A Course in Miracles. So join us, and this is virtual only. Join us for A Course in Miracles. And there's a few other things I want to say. I want to say thank you, first of all, to all of you, Terry and Joanne and Mona, who's not here in person, for sharing your journey with us. The beautiful thing about Unity is that we honor all spiritual paths, and we know that each of us are unique individuals, unique expressions of the divine, but yet we are one. Seems contradictory, but it is not. So thank you to you. Thank you to Charlotte for sitting in to be a welcomer this morning, and Joanne, who's standing in, I guess, to do the hospitality back there. The volunteers at Unity Payson are so much appreciated. So there is a card back there in that welcome table. Charlotte's got them back there. That if you are in our buddy book and you may have some additions or corrections for your entry in that, because we're putting together a new, probably virtual and print edition of the buddy book coming out soon. So please take a look and see that if you have a change, that it's noted there. There's a little card you can fill out. There's also prayer request forms back there. So avail yourself of them, and some free literature. Feel free to do that. So I think that's about it. We'll get, if you can stand and grab somebody's hand, we'll sing our peace song, and then the prayer for protection as we go on out. There we go. We're getting in position. I am coming to join.
Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me. Yes, there is peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be. With God as Creator, family all are we. Now we walk with each other in perfect harmony. Yes, peace begins with me, and this is the moment now. With every step I take, this is my joyous vow. I take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me.
And the prayer for protection. The
Can't hear it.
the go. Enjoy at the back. And thank you all. who are with us.
Hello.
Good exercise for
Couldn't
me.
be here
I
for
was
much of
studying
it,
it.
but